If your personal mantra is, let's just get through the next 5 minutes, then you found your people. Welcome to Surviving Ish. I'm your host, David, and I'm joined by my wonderful friend, Jenny, recurring guest. She's the host of Unholier. And we have my bestie, her husband, Ryan, aka Schmitty, with her, who is in the upcoming episodes going to be a reoccurring co-host,
Yep,
right?
that's the game plan.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm
Yeah,
so
this
I'm
is
excited.
excited too.
this is how Jen works. She does little bit at a time, and then boom, I'm doing all the work, and I'm co-hosting every day, and I'm doing reels. She's smart.
Doing
She's a
any of
smart
that
lady.
stuff. He's not doing
No,
any of it.
that's how it's gonna be once I get
Don't let him fool you. I'm too OCD for that.
So I haven't said this to you all yet. I wanted to wait till it was on record. But you know how they have TED Talk? I
Yes.
Yep.
feel I give it, so the recording date of this episode is December 14th. I'm giving it 6 months, and we're gonna have a Schmitty talk. He will be hosting his own damn
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, it's possible.
Oh God,
That's because I'll have a good teacher.
I ain't doing the rules for you, just so you know. You do your own
Then
rules.
they won't get done. So I'm not doing
See? You just admitted. Also, David, let the record state that I am your bestie, not him.
You're
Okay,
his
so I tried to replay when
partner.
we went live the other night because you were not expecting. This time you're probably expecting some kind of line from me with that. But when we
Yeah.
went live the other night and Smitty was on the live with us, I was like, my best friend is here, and Jenny just grinned. And I said, and he brought his wife, Jenny. She was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't be taking over the best friend
Yeah.
territory.
Jen always says, "Oh, everyone loves Ryan."
Yeah, this is true. Even my ex said that about you.
He's the one that said it, which is
That makes me second guess you. Wait, do we
I didn't
like
give
the
him a reason to
sex?
say it. I never said anything nice to him, but
No.
I don't know what happened there.
It was the arms. They were intimidating.
Maybe, not sure, but we never had any kind words, so I'm not sure why he thought, he was a fan.
Mhm.
Listen, we'll take fans wherever we can get them. Okay,
Yeah.
so to the listener, I want to say this is going to be just we haven't come into this episode with a rhyme or reason. We just wanted to get together. It's around the holidays. We're gonna get together. We're gonna have a few drinks and just talk about those surviving issues. And it may lead to a deeper topic. It may not, but this is gonna be a fun icebreaker and introduction for Ryan, aka Schmitty. And okay, I'm not gonna point fingers, put anyone on the spot, but out of the two of you, who wants to go first with what you're surviving ish?
You go.
Okay, I'll go. Okay, so we just recently relocated from Michigan to Florida. We had a house that was on just under 10 acres. We were
Oh.
able to do anything that we wanted. Okay, so I'm interior designer. We've been in business for 11 years now, and we've been very successful in that. We made a killing on our house, and I would like to give myself and Smitty some accolades for that. But
It
um,
wasn't easy.
it wasn't easy, but I had a vision, and then he would execute that vision. So we moved down to Florida. We don't live on acreage. We live in an HOA.
And our realtor tried to warn us, and we did it anyway.
But we have a lovely house that is a Mediterranean style. It's got the tile roof and everything, but it is a peach-ish color, and I hate it. So, me being the visionary that I am and the person I need to be able to create, I need to be able to put my touch on things, right? So, even if you go on Pinterest and you type in Mediterranean style homes, almost every single one that you see is going to be white. I want a white house with a tiled roof. I have a tiled roof, but it's a peach house right now. So last night we went and we hung out with some of the neighbors, and they're all old as shit. And
And
I
I
was
always
telling,
tell Jen, let's not get to know anybody. Let's just keep to ourselves. It's just it's complicated.
well, I operate
And
differently.
everything was she wants to get to know everyone and
Yeah,
talk
because
about
I was
this and
like,
that.
I want to know who's
And
on the
now
board.
problems are created. So
Listen, so this is my ish. That I talked to two ladies last night and they're like, "Oh, well, we wanted a White House when we moved in here too, and we were told we couldn't do it because there's two doors down from us is a White House." And one of the ladies, her husband is on this board that you have to supposedly get permission from, okay? So today he gets the list of who is on the board. It's three old men. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking ask them for permission to paint my house white. Like, I'm gonna do it. Well, then he finds out from the guy that he got the information from that it's a 50 to $1,000 a day
yeah, I mean I don't know what it is, but
penalty if you do something and not get permission for it.
Question. The three old men that are the head of the HOA board, are they white?
They are, yes.
yeah.
And
No,
none of them are interior designers, by the way. So this is my ish. I'm like, I am the kind of person that like if you tell me that I can't do something, I'm going to figure out a way to do it.
well,
Like this is my new challenge.
So
I
how
did
long do we
that.
give you before you're the president of the HOA?
Exactly.
No,
That's what I told him. I was like, how do I get on this board? I
no,
need to be the president of
no,
the
you don't.
board.
Now keep in mind, this hasn't happened yet. We haven't submitted a request. They haven't told her no. She's just been stewing about it all day.
Because I got all that information last night
Well,
and the
because
neighbors
sometimes you just
are
know, right? Like
It's probably going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. And I said, hey, dress up nice, look good, and go over there and let's talk to him.
and by dress up nice, he meant show a little
Have your clothes
cleavage,
out.
go over there, flirt with the old men.
And then we find out my son has a scooter, electric scooter. He rips around the sub, whatever. He's 10. I've had 4 or 5 complaints about it, and he's just in the road. No big deal. The last lady that came by, she came up in the dark with her dog, and she's like, hello. I didn't know where she was. I was like, hello. And she goes, do you have a son? I said, you know what? I really don't even want to hear it. And I said, if this is about my kid and his scooter, I'm all set. I've had enough people come here and tell. I said, you're in a car. You're responsible when you drive for what
Right.
you do. If it's about his scooter, I'm not interested. Have a good night. And I walked in the house. Well, her husband is like the head of the board.
We found that out last night. I was like,
So, like,
cool.
ah,
Yeah.
oops.
So yeah.
I
I
also,
want a white Mediterranean looking house, David. That's what I want.
oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I gotta manifest it.
It's and we don't have to manifest. It's gonna happen because here's the thing. I especially when I'm talking to you all. I promise I made to Jenny is that I'm not gonna make things political. Breaking the promise just for a little second.
We're 4 minutes in.
I do the best I can.
Yeah, you're
But
good.
but I'm like this is the problem with today
Yeah.
is we have old white men white knuckling the rules that make them feel comfortable because
Right. That's so
of,
true.
of their ignorance, their prejudices, their intolerance, their adulteries. We can keep going, but I'll stop there. And these men know that they're dying off and they're white knuckling. And I'm like, sir, do you want this to be your legacy? Do you want
Right.
It's really
it?
weird. We've never
Yeah.
lived in a sub like this. And I went to the last HOA. meeting. Jen's like, "Oh, we got to go to the meeting. We got to figure out who the board is, blah blah." And then hour before the meeting, she's like, "Oh, I have a recording or I have a live. I gotta go." I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right." So I went. I was there maybe a half hour. It was so embarrassing, the things they were complaining about. I just couldn't believe that adults were talking about this stuff. I'm like,
But
man,
they're retired, they got nothing better. They're
everyone's
just
mad. Everybody's mad all the time. It's like if you want to live to
Well,
55 and older, go do it.
and I'm not trying to make it specifically about just a white generation, but sometimes I think there's just this stance that they think has to be held up to show that they're men. And it
mm,
happens
Yeah.
with an old, like your generation, my generation, Smitty, we're not like that. If someone of a different gender or age range comes and has a better idea, we will listen to it. We might debate them, but we're open to say, okay, maybe we have a point. And but the generation before us, well, I want to say the generation before you because I feel like you're a lot older than I am.
Is he talking to you?
of course he's talking to me.
Of course I am. But so the generation before you all has a hard time with saying, you know what, maybe things have changed a little. Maybe things have evolved a little.
We've been here a month and a half,
Yeah.
and I've had three or four run-ins, and they're all the same attitude, and I just don't understand. It's like, what are you so? I know you wake up and you watch Fox News or CNN or
Whatever they want.
coffee, and
Yeah.
but they're all pissy.
They're
It's
all
like
mad. They're all in a bad mood. It's like, what do you have to be in a bad mood for?
it's just really strange to me.
You've worked your whole life. You're
Yeah,
living off your
this is your glory
retirement.
days.
You're in
This is
Florida.
the golden times, the golden
Yeah.
hour. But
You
The
answered
golden.
your own question when you said they woke up watching Fox News. Like when you wake up hearing lies and
But it
you
doesn't
have to
matter what
listen to
news you watch. I'm
lies.
just saying, like,
It just puts them in a bad mood, and
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
then
like
they spew that out to everyone else, and so it's been a very
it's been crazy.
it's we've had to adjust like just our way of thinking and everything. And like today, I was telling you, I was like, he's like, "What's wrong? Are you okay? Like you seem off today." I'm like, "I just have anxiety about." I know it seems small, but don't fucking tell me what I can and cannot do. I'm an adult. I've worked like this is where I'm at. Like I'm just like, don't no bitch, I'm sorry. And then you're gonna have three old men tell me,
We're gonna do it and just save for the fines and pay the fines.
no, we're not.
There's a house in here that's like dark purple,
Full. And I'm gonna be like, no, you tell them to repaint their house before you can tell us what to paint
but
our
they
house.
might be cool. We don't know, you know,
Well,
if
they
they
might be cool, but I'm just saying, like, do
See,
not tell me I can't paint my house
this is
white.
what we call attorney friend, and we say, here's the contract with the HOA. Here's a picture of the house 3 doors down that's purple. Um,
right.
like I have a question for the white men who are telling you you can't paint your house white. What's your
You
Yeah.
problem
shouldn't
with
have told
white?
them they were white then.
What's your
This
problem with
is
white?
Well, exactly. What's your problem with white, bro? Yeah. But you know what? I told Smitty, I was like, we're gonna walk around the neighborhood and I'm gonna take pictures of houses that are not, you know,
Well,
within
there's
the
You all should just have your phone recording and go and like, hey, we're just taking a tour, meeting the neighbors, and talking about how lovely their home is. I mean, like, there's a few things we're wanting to change in our home. I envision it white. And as they're saying, oh, it would be lovely if it was white, it'd be great if it was white. And you have all of these video confirmations of like we think you're right. It would look great white. That will hold up in court. That we'll 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 start a
well,
petition.
there
yeah.
is like there's only a few white houses in the on the street. One's our neighbor, which is going to be a problem, but every other house is tan. They're tan, yellow, they're all the same color. So what's the difference? And I don't think it's going to be an issue, but after last night's neighbor meeting we went to, Jen just got up. She's like, I'm gonna put the kids to bed. And she was gonna leave me there. And I said, where are you going? She's like, I'm leaving. And I was like, I'll come with you. So we walked away. I could tell she was pissed. What happened?
I just had two
We're getting ready for
ladies.
bed. She's like, and she just unloaded. I was like,
Oh, well, I
whoa.
have my moments where I'm just like, don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, it just doesn't make sense.
that's
Buy
where
your
I'm
house, you
set.
own your house, and you can't do anything with it.
I
What?
know. I know. Like I put so my grandmother lives in this lovely like gated community, very HOA'd. And the condo that my grandmother moved in when they sold when her and my grandpa sold their house to downsize, they went into the model, which was lot number one condo.
Hmm.
And my grandmother was like, "Oh, I love it. I want this one." They're like, "Well, this one's not for sale. This one's just like the model that we." And she said, "Bob," which is my grandmother's name. She said, "Bob, I want this one."
He's
My
like,
grandmother got that one.
I
You know,
love
what like that. That's who she is. She was an interior designer. Like she's
this sounds very
87 years old, and you walk in her house, and you would never know an 87-year-old woman lives there.
it.
Like
Yeah.
people walk in there like the fuck. And but I put she wanted me to hang a wreath on her door and put these things on her mailbox and then garland around like the sunroom balcony area and HOA letter. They didn't like something. And it's like, but
they have
th-
nothing to do,
this
you
is
know.
pretty. Like it's so ridiculous. It's crazy. But then next swing, they want to say, "Oh, we need $10,000 because we're putting a roof
Yeah.
on
Yep.
everyone's
Got to assess,
condo."
and the
And
fees go up
so,
every year.
yeah, so this year we need an extra 10,000 on top of the 4,000 she pays every quarter. And I'm like, she doesn't have a leak though. Nothing's
Right.
leaking. There's no sign of one. There's no mold.
I
Like
know.
what you need to tell, but you HOA people have no
Yeah.
fees. They get
Right.
they don't pay fees.
Oh, if you're on the board, you don't pay it?
Nope.
Oh,
No way.
getting on the board. Are you
There,
kidding
That may
me?
there,
not be
there
true.
there are several people that
That
I've
is
talked
crazy.
to, at least here, but I know that four, three or four people that are on the board at my grandmother's community, they don't pay fees.
Oh.
So because they manage it. So all the neighbors are paying extra for theirs. So if
Yeah,
you're
they can collect.
asking $10,000 a door and there's four doors, we'll say three, there's three doors that don't have to pay because they're managing, that's $30,000.
Yeah,
So that would knock your all's HOA fees down a couple thousand, but you're paying for their roof. But they don't tell you that shit.
yeah.
But I'm willing to bet
I didn't
you,
know that. That's
I'm willing to
crazy.
bet
Okay.
you your all's HOA people are not paying fees. I'm willing to bet you.
If that's the case, then I fully support Jen's campaign to the HOA.
Okay.
I
We
Which
mean,
need a
is
that's
female
why,
in there. They're all
which is
men.
why
yeah.
I have changed my legal address to my grandmother's address because in February I'm running for HOA
There you
of,
go.
of Brittany Springs Way.
I thought you were gonna say Britney Spears. I was like,
Yeah.
I think I almost did. Just because it comes off the tongue. Um, but yeah, so I would ask those questions. I would go to one of those board meetings and say, "Hey, price setter, hey, judgmenter, how much do you pay in HOA fees?" Because they
mm,
Yeah,
are
that's a good
legally
question.
they're supposed to tell you the truth. They don't have to volunteer the information, but they are
Sure.
supposed to, if the question is asked, they're supposed to tell you. So I would
okay.
ask them, how many people are on the board, and what do you all pay versus what non-board members pay? And
Yeah, that's a
say
really good
that,
question. I had a
and
guy show up today at the house and he dropped off a directory and he had so much paperwork for me. It's Sunday.
of course.
He shows up, he's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey." He's like, "Can I come in?" And I said, "Who are you?" He goes, "Oh, I'm so and so, I make the directory." So he showed me all these papers. I had to fill some stuff out and he was like, "Oh yeah, we have a truck on the grass, parked on the grass up by the stop sign." I said, "Okay." He's like, "That's a major fine. It's like $100 a day." And I'm like, "To park on the grass?" So he just was like little deputy.
It makes them feel important. And
Yeah,
I think that's the sad thing. Like, there's certain things that Smitty and I have talked about. Like, we even talked last night because there was a family member that contacted Smitty the other day and that we are estranged from. And we just had said, like, let's just make these conscious notes in our head to not be like that. When we get to be older, like we want to be cool. We want to like live those are our best years, right? Like those are your golden years. Those are when you should be like really enjoying
you're
life.
not in
You're
the trenches
retired
anymore. You're
and
loving
everything
life.
and not to be so wrapped up in everyone else's shit that you just can't even enjoy your own life. And we said that just last night. We're like, let's just make a conscious decision. We are not going to be like
Take
that.
notes. Take
Yeah.
notes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, you all are a different generation, right? There's a different
Yeah.
mindset. There's a different
Yeah,
kind of
sure.
respect and education that comes with it. And I don't mean that people older than us have a poor education, but the education is just different, right?
Mm-hmm.
They grew up in a different world.
Right. Like even the street smarts, if you want to, talk about education on that end, is just different, right? The trials and tribulations are just different. And I really think that this older generation is being the way that they are right now because they're white knuckling, trying to hold on to what used to be that can't
Right.
accept the fact that because of what how things used to be, we've evolved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the good and bad of what used to be, lessons have been learned and changes are being made because of that. They think of that as an insult when I would take that as the greatest compliment. If I found that if 30 years from now, people are trying to live the way that I'm living today, no bueno. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Right.
I want them to learn from our mistakes. I
Mm-hmm.
want them to
Sure.
learn from our societal mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And, but for some reason, your all's generation,
Man,
Yeah.
they're
I'm just
like
kidding, the older generation
carbon copies of each other.
is having a
It's
hard
like,
time with that.
well, they grew up different. They got married and had kids
Culturally different.
right out of
Yeah.
school. They worked in a
Yeah,
factory for 30 years. They had a retirement. It's different now. And they're
yeah.
like, this is the way we did it, and that's the only way. And if you do it differently, and there's a little bit of the powdered butt syndrome where you're always going to be a kid to them, even when you're adult, but it's not the same world. My kids are growing up in a different world than we grew up in. We can see that. That's obvious. It's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we just talked about this last night. That's funny
Mm-hmm.
they bring that up.
Yeah, and I think there's this whole like I hate using the word jealousy because when people are like, "Oh, someone's just so jealous of you." There are people that I've put down, demised, whatever, and it's not that I was necessarily jealous, or maybe I was, and that's just not how I looked at it. I don't know, but I think that when someone wants to put us down, they're like, "Well, they're just jealous of you." I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that's such an easy way of trying to justify what it is.
Yeah. And it makes you feel good.
Right. It's almost a toxic positivity, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're jealous of me because I'm great. So, okay, I'm going to hold my head high when they're talking shit about me.
Yeah.
I just think that there's this, the older generation, I think where they were so deprived of things and where it was extremely biblical and extremely race oriented that they missed out on so many things. I mean, we think of how like women couldn't have credit cards
Mm-hmm.
unless their
Till the
dad or
70s.
husband.
Well,
Right.
credit cards came out in the late 60s, I think, for everybody.
Dude,
But
I think it
but
was like the
with
late 70s or early 80s. They couldn't even have credit card. Women couldn't have a credit
but a
card.
woman cannot buy a house or have a credit line without their husband
Husband's signature,
or
yeah.
father, if they were not married, authorizing it.
Huh.
I think that where there was just so many restrictions on things, and where our generation, and of course, the generations under us, that there's a different type of freedom, that there's this whole like, it's not a fuck around and find out, but it's I guess it's not the fear of missing out, it's the fear that they have missed out, right? Like these people are at the age where like they see people doing things that they wish they had the balls to do, they wish they could
Mm,
have done,
Yeah, we know
and they
about that.
can't. And instead of saying, you know what, I missed out on this, and I
mm,
wish I would have looked at this differently, I wish I would have done this, they're trying to prevent other people from doing it because they didn't get to.
Right.
mhm,
And that goes back to where I said they got married and had kids right away.
Yeah,
So their life and their 30-year future was set in stone.
yeah,
They didn't live it all. They didn't have the abundance of credit and credit lines to purchase things like we do. And that could be good and bad depending on how you can handle it, but I know all about this. This is right up my alley as far as with me and my family. And
mhm,
Jenny saw it too. I think it's really common,
oh,
between that
oh,
generation and this generation.
yeah, yeah,
They had to pay cash for brand new cars, and we could just literally walk out the door and just go get one,
right,
with $2,000 down or whatever.
right,
And I don't know, they're really militant in their mindset. They're all the same.
yeah,
Not all of them, but the majority of them. All of them
yeah.
in this stuff, I can tell you that.
yeah.
It's been a struggle.
Yeah,
I've had to have talks with 3 or 4 of them in the first 3 weeks.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, what is with this place?
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
To maybe close off on this, who knows? I'll probably come up again in this conversation. But before we move on to Smitty's ish, what I want to say is I'm excited. I'm excited for you all because I think that we get put into a place when we're open-minded enough, when we're accepting enough, when we're understanding of both sides enough to, I don't want to say to find that neutral or even ground, but to maybe ease people into that uncomfortable ground that is change,
Mhm.
that is going to better your children and that generation. And so I'm not trying to have spit out toxic positivity, but I think that maybe you all are put in this neighborhood for a reason.
Yeah,
That
Jen's
could be
gonna
the
change the whole dynamic.
And it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think there could be a whole like, did you all watch the TV show Housewives?
which one?
Well,
Desperate
not
Housewives.
the reality show, like the
Oh,
actual
Desperate
TV
Housewives.
show.
Eva
Yes.
Longoria. Yeah, I
Yes.
remember it.
With even long, and what was it called? Wisteria
Jesse
Lane.
Metcalf.
Wisteria Lane. Yeah, Jen
I
met
met
Jesse
him. I have a
Metcalf.
picture. David,
I,
I'm gonna send you the picture. You can place it up here.
Same, and I loved it. Yes, same, and I loved him on Passions. He was the reason I watched Passions.
They hooked up.
We did not. Oh my God. I mean, I wish at the time it would
I
have
was
been
going to say, like,
I was
it,
single then, so
God, how they, like,
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
and trust me, I've been sending him letters daily asking for the once in a lifetime opportunity.
no. His girlfriend was close by. Trust me. She was
Oh, his
close.
chick was there?
Yeah. She was
That doesn't make
very close by.
that's
She
not
means
hot.
nothing to me.
Well, takes all the hotness out of it.
But no, but I think that you all are in this neighborhood for a reason, and it's going to take someone from your all's backgrounds and the life experiences that you all have had to make this neighborhood more progressive, to be welcoming to your all's children. That is going to be looking at buying houses one day. I don't know. I just see something really cool with it.
Hmm,
Yeah, I hope
I
so.
like
I
that.
mean, we don't leave anything the same.
Yeah.
We
We always leave our touch on
leave our mark.
everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
trust me, Ryan's fingerprints are all over me. Since the first time I met him, I've not been the same.
Uh,
And that is going to be the first TikTok preview reel that we release
Yeah, yeah.
of just Ryan's fingerprints are all over me.
Oh my gosh.
how you feel about that, John?
Listen, I love a good rumor. And if we're all in on it, but you know what's funny
What?
is that a week or so ago, I called you Ryan, and I even said to Jenny, I was like, wait, this is the first time I've ever called him
Yeah,
Ryan.
I've never heard you.
Yeah, so I'm finding that when I say things that are complete, fully jokes, I say Ryan. And when I say things that are just flirtatious, silly David, I say Schmitty. So when I said Ryan's fingerprints are all over me, that is proof of it was all a lie. And this video will hold up in court unless I delete it now. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, so Schmitty,
Yeah.
what are you surviving ish?
I mean, all kinds of things, but I don't want to like kill the mood or anything, but I'm just gonna be honest. I am surviving trying to basically reinvent myself.
Mm.
We left Michigan. We were established in the community. We had successful businesses, and we decided to pack up and leave just like that. Pull the rug right out from under ourselves and come down here and take a gamble and start over. People ask me to say, "Why'd you move?" I wanted to move because I like change every now and then. This wasn't something we were unfamiliar with because we had been vacationing down here
And
for
we have a rental,
we have a rental down here, so we're
Airbnb.
familiar. But as far as business and work and life, this is the first time we're doing life down here. Jen talked me into selling the house and moving down here. Very persuasive. Took
And we
her
did very well in
took
the
her
house.
took her a long time, but she did. She talked me into it, and I don't regret it. But I haven't been the new kid on the block in 11 years.
Oh,
I'm a different person. I'm not the same as I was, and I'm trying to find my footing. It's a very unsettling feeling. I don't not like the challenge, but it's unfamiliar to me.
I love
So
that.
yeah, it's a
And well,
different.
I'm just saying, I love that this is your ish because it's totally not bringing down the mood. I mean, this is
Yeah,
the real life stuff that because from the outsider looking in, right? Like
sure.
I don't know the trials and tribulations of taking a business like yours and moving it. But as you were speaking, I was like, oh, well, there's probably like not a lot of financial advertising because you probably had a lot of word of mouth because of the clientele that you've already built
That
up.
was
So
all
you
of
didn't have
it.
to
I mean,
spend money
we
on
didn't even do that in the
advertising.
beginning.
Yeah,
So
and now it's like I come here and there's no mouths to
now
word.
what?
Yeah,
Right, and that's fine. But planting seeds, I haven't had to do this in so long.
right.
It's brand new to me,
Hmm.
so it's been a struggle. And me and Jen, we're partners in life. We're partners in work. We do everything together. But it's made me totally vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I haven't had this feeling in so long. I hate the feeling, but it'll work out. We're doing what we can do, but that's really my ish is being the new kid around here.
Okay, and I love that you said being the new kid on the block because, of course, it
Yeah.
takes us back to the new kids on the block, throwback to the 90s, which we
Right.
all loved.
Dark
But,
night.
but I think, but that's 100% legit. But what I admire about you is the go-getter attitude that you have, right? Like, even though it's scary, it's frustrating, it's angering,
Yeah,
you're
it is.
still doing it. You
I'm
you
still
still
doing
got
it,
you
and
still
it's
got out of
like,
bed every day and you're doing it. You know what I mean? And so
yeah,
so so there's some empowerment in that.
yeah. I've actually had the opposite reaction to it, and Jen can attest to this. We talked about this today, but I've just like, I don't know. The wind was totally out of my sails. I'm like, I don't even know what to do, so I'm just gonna think about it. I don't know. And it's like it's been taking away my go-getter attitude. I'm not like I just don't know the exact. science to the whole thing. So it's like it's a very unsettling feeling, and it's really pissing me off. Usually I'm like, whatever. I don't worry about anything, and I'm not worried about it, but it's starting to really eat at me, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, in your defense too, 10 or 11 years
Yeah, I'm
isn't
listening.
a huge amount of time, right? But
Yeah,
imagine how much technology and things has changed in 10 or 11 years as far as how you promote a business, how you advertise,
completely.
how you do these things. And so I mean, if you stop for a year, so much is going to change, right? And so now you've got a new dogs to fight with, and you've got to relearn things. And
Yeah,
11 years, 10, 11 years, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when it comes to your business structure, that's a lifetime.
it's a lot. I mean, it's a totally different ball game. And
Yeah.
I'm in Michigan. I just worked in my shop and word of mouth and old schooled it. And we had work for months in advance. We were
Hmm.
booked out for months. So that's what I'm realizing is I'm way behind in that, but it can still be done the old school way. It just might take a little longer.
Sure. Well, and I think that's what people are finding out the long, hard way is that the old school way is kind of the best way. And
Hmm.
maybe that will change as certain generations start dying off.
Yeah.
And I'm not even meaning the generation before us, but even our generation, right? Like
Sure.
with this podcast, I think if I just tell a friend or two, they'll tell a friend or two, they'll tell a friend or two, and that works a little, but of course things change. So yeah, there's not a lot of things, Ryan, that oh, I said I called you Ryan, which means I'm probably about to lie to you. No, that is not, no,
Did
does
you
that,
warn me?
I was gonna say, okay, Schmitty. There's not a lot of things I pat myself on the back for, but I've run multi $5 businesses, and I've also been a part of running multi-billion-dollar businesses, which were
Sure.
not mine. So I want to give this advice to you for free. I would like for us to spend a week where you go door to door, giving out a flyer, shirtless.
Jenny just brought this up today. I've been thinking about it, but door to door, well, I'd have a shirt on. But
We'll
she
talk about
said, you need to go door to door. And we agreed on it, which is so funny because that's the totally old school cringe approach the homeowner way. But I'm not selling anything. I'm not solar. Just saying, here's a service if you want it.
I just listened to a podcast that Mel Robbins was on, and I love her. But
I
Mel
love
Robbins,
Mel Robbins.
I know, me too. So she was on this podcast. I think it's called The Big Deal or something like that podcast. She was on the podcast. It wasn't her podcast. And she said, if it's cringe to you, then you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Because she's like, if you're putting out that video of yourself, explaining your business, explaining what you know are doing, and it's making you feel like, oh my gosh, I've never put myself out there before. I feel so cringe. She's like, that's you're doing it right then. That's good.
Well,
Like
and
if you
Jenny,
feel cringe, it's the right thing.
and
Oh,
she, which kind I will also give credit to Taylor Swift, but Mel Robbins, I need to find this video and send it to you. But you and I, through our podcasting journey together and separately, we, especially in the past 6, 8 months, we've hit some uglies.
Mm-hmm.
But we've also noticed that our numbers have went up drastically in the uglies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because we face the ugly. We
Yeah.
are still real and authentic, and we don't try to politically answer. And we also understand that sometimes bad publicity is good publicity because people get curious, And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that that's in relation to what Schmitty has done, but as far as what we're doing, have those few people being like, fuck them, has raised some curiosity. And then people listen to us and they're like, wait, why are we fucking them? Like, I like them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, so, and of course, Taylor Swift, I've always used her as a reference, but Mel is one of the ones too that has been like,
Yeah.
let them.
Yep.
Let them say this shit because
Hmm.
people are going to want to come investigate, vet, find out themselves. And we all go into it wanting to be proved wrong. We want David and Jenny to be great, not bad.
Hmm. And we are
So,
great.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
and not bad.
hello.
Yeah.
But we don't have to tell them that. They're going to find out for
Yeah.
themselves.
They're gonna find out.
But no, Ryan, I love that you mentioned reinventing yourself because to try to relate to that, I mentioned in the beginning when I first started my podcast that I wanted it to grow and change as I grew and changed.
Sure.
And so I went from like sharing survivor stories, which I still love to do. And it was absolutely a positive.
Hmm.
But then I went to like, okay, now I want to talk about the healing. And then now I'm at a place where I'm like, there's so much about me that people don't see, or that I haven't had a chance to show the viewers because I've been so focused on the survivor stories where I haven't got to show that I can still laugh. I still have jokes. I'm funny. And so with each transition, there's been a bit of rebranding. And you lose people, you gain people, and you have people that question. You
Hmm.
know, there are questions that I get of people saying, "Well, today you're saying this, but 4 years ago you said this," and they're contradicting each other. Absolutely,
Yeah. We're a different
because
person. But
I've
at least they're
changed.
watching. They're watching
Right,
that and they're watching now.
Yeah, but
right. I've
yeah,
changed.
you
My
changed.
trauma is different. My trauma. There's just not an ace bandage on it anymore or a stitch. There's now a scar, and that scar is healing. So I relate in a completely different way with what you're saying with rebranding, but I totally understand what you're meaning, and I love that you're doing it because there's so many people that are like, I give up.
Yeah, it's not easy, and that's just not what we do. We're
Yeah.
not those type of people. We never have been really. So it's just a phase. It's just a season, but it's frustrating.
But
Frustrating.
here's the thing. If the way that I look at things is if you made in the general you, right? Like if a person makes these life changing big decisions, moving across the country, kids switching schools, all the things that y'all have went through, losing parents, widows, parental widow, getting married and moving on the other side of the country. Like those are
Yeah,
all big things, right? And it all happened in 6 fucking months. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Exactly.
It
If
was
if there wasn't a fear, if there wasn't a doubt, if there wasn't a concern, that would be concerning.
sure.
So the fact that like you're acknowledging the fact that like it's a fight to get out of bed and do this shit, but I'm fucking doing it. That shows
Yeah,
Hmm.
the passion. That shows so more than if you were like, this is nothing. I'd be like, it's going to take one extra cocktail to send him over the edge where shit gets lost, cops get called, and we don't know.
that's been Jen lately.
You know what I mean? Like, and so I admire that and I appreciate that. I think that
Yeah,
is, and the only way you could have said anything better is if your shirt was off. So there's that.
you wouldn't have been paying attention though, so
Oh,
you'd have been distracted.
I love the fact that you get my jokes and you laugh along with me. Okay,
yeah. What is
so
your ish,
Yeah,
David?
David, what's
I
your
was
itch?
there. So I messaged Jenny. I messaged Jenny the other day. I was at a red light and I messaged Jenny. I was like, I have a new ish, and I'm going to tell you what it is. But I was ishing in my car while this was happening. Um, I've I hate license plates that are custom made
Yeah.
Yes.
We have to
Yes.
because
like try and decipher them.
that, which is the B to my ish, but the A to my ish is when it tells you what it is, and they're a fucking liar. I
Okay,
I
give us the example that you saw
Yeah.
the other day. I'm dying to hear it.
I was pulling out of the bank parking lot, and it leads us to a side road, two lane to turn onto the main highway red light. So I was pulling out, and there was two cars. One spot number one at the red light, one spot number two at the red light, and so left, right. And so I have to make the decision. Which one do I think is going to drive the fastest? Because I'm busy. I have road rage.
Yep.
And so there was a medium-sized SUV. I didn't see a car seat. I didn't see gray hair. It was dark. So, but there was no signs of them being a slow driver,
Sure.
but no signs of them like speeding. And then beside them was the Dodge Charger, I think it is called. I
Yeah.
Googled, but they had a license plate custom made that said, I'm bad. And I thought, okay, I decide
This is my guy.
that this, I like,
Yeah.
we're gonna be bad together. We are going to speed. We're gonna get through it. Things are gonna be good. If you get pulled over, I have your license plate. It says I'm bad. I will find you on Facebook and I'll pay half the ticket. Like, hoping you'll do the same for me. Like, we're gonna get through this. I'm gonna get home in no time.
What happened?
What do you think happened?
Oh, he went slow.
Yep.
As fuck.
You had to go around
What
him.
was the speed limit?
45
Was he going below it?
ish, like 43 to 45.
Five over is standard.
But
Everywhere
At
you go,
least.
five over.
At
five
least.
over
Yeah.
is your standard. Five over is bullshit. Have y'all heard that comedian that says, "Honey, I have speeding ticket money. Like I can afford the speeding ticket. Get the fuck out of the way. If I get pulled over, it's fine. I can afford it." Like that's the attitude that I have. I can afford it. I probably
Yeah.
can't, but it's fine. This bit, you have a license plate on your, what was it called? A
A
Ford
Charger?
Charger.
Charger
Dodge Charger?
Dodge. That says, honey, you're about at what? What are you about at? Pissing me. You're not about to piss
Bad
me
at
off. You're
driving.
really good at pissing me off. You're bad at figuring out which is the fast lane and which is the slow lane for your Dodge Charger, baby girl. Move the fuck. She tricked me. This almost minivan over here, whatever that SUV was, I was like, honey, they gone,
Blue.
gone.
Yeah.
But then a
That's
Ford
because it was
Escort,
probably a mom that was
Yeah.
like,
Late at soccer
how
practice.
did
yeah.
we go? And you already know, she's like, my Adderall wore off. I fell asleep. I'm
Yeah.
really late at getting my kid from the side. And so by the time minivan flies off, Ford Escort pulls up and they're riding mirror image
Oh,
to,
I hate that.
I'm like, y'all going the same speed. Like, just go together. Like, my bad or your bad or whoever's bad, get in front of them and let them read it.
Yeah.
I'm so mad at that. And it never fails. You see these, okay, so people, I know you hate politics, but statistics show that men, white men
Have I mentioned that
who
I hate politics, David?
Yeah.
are MAGA want to go through their midlife crisis and buy like a Ferrari or whatever. Slow as fuck. I'm like, baby, The reason you're buying this car is to drive fast. I have a Kia SUV. If Kia is not at 90 miles an hour at the least, we're mad. I'm taking pictures of your license plate. I'm calling ICE. I like, I need you gone.
Did you ever get a look at the Charger driver?
Like, honey,
Till you
she's
pull
like
up next to it or drive by, and you're like,
maybe a 40-year-old white woman.
uh.
Well, exactly. Like I
Okay,
thought,
first of all, I don't drive like that. Let's just be
No,
clear.
because she doesn't. She barely drives. I'm her chauffeur.
No, that's because you prefer to drive. Because, okay,
Man drives.
well, hang on. Let me just say this real quick because that sounds a little whatever. But when I'm driving and he's in the passenger seat, I feel like I'm in driver's ed all over again because he's telling me every little thing I need to do. And I'm like, I fucking know. I don't need you telling me.
Uh,
So then
I'm
I'm
just trying
like,
to
you know
help.
what? I ain't driving. You're driving.
That's true. I'm critical.
so I mean, I drive back and forth to work or whatever, but I'm the kind of person that like I've Ubered to Kroger to get my groceries. And but that was a few years ago until Kroger would just Uber to me. But
Yeah,
I
Now
mean,
you have
yeah.
Instacart.
right. Like I was the kind of person like I would Uber to the gas station to get gas and realize that I wasn't in my car because like you know what I mean? Like I just if someone's willing to drive me, I'm having it.
You're doing it. Yeah. So now I've got accustomed to it because I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm not driving. If you're
I
in the
shouldn't
car,
have
I am
to.
not driving. You're driving.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask the question from the Ish Bowl because I feel like this could lead into a bit of a conversation. And I'm also going to answer it, but I'm going to answer it until you all do. But Jenny, I want you to be the one to answer this question first. So the
Okay.
question from the Ish Bowl is if you had to pick one day of the week to permanently delete, which one would it be?
Oh, God. I feel like the cliche answer is going to be Monday, but normally it would be Tuesday,
Oh,
but we have our lives on Tuesday and I really look forward to that. The only reason I would say Tuesday is if we could move our lives to a Monday, but Tuesdays, Tuesdays suck because you already are dreading Mondays, right? And then Tuesdays, it's like,
oh,
oh, Tuesdays, like it's in between Monday and hump day, and it just sucks.
it's
And
pointless.
usually, like the client or the boss is still really bitchy and like
Yeah, like
cranky.
Monday you're coming off the weekend.
Yeah.
Tuesday production's supposed to be the
Oh,
all-time high. Ugh, there's no
I
excuse.
would say Tuesday. Yeah. If I could just erase it
Mhm.
right off the week, Tuesday.
I love that. Ryan, what's your
The
thinking?
exact same answer.
Yeah.
Although last year it would have been a different day because I had golf on Tuesday. And that's why I thought Jen was gonna bitch about Tuesday. She loved my golf league, but yeah, Tuesday I can't stand it.
I thought you were going to say Sunday because you would get a little bit of the Sunday scaries. Who's going to be emailing us tomorrow at the butt crack of dawn on
Yeah.
Monday? Do you ever get the Sunday scaries where you're like, what shit storm am I going to walk into
Yeah.
on Monday morning?
But
So
Sundays were always my most productive day. So I didn't mind it. But Tuesday, I can't stand Tuesday. There's just nothing about it.
That
what
okay.
about you?
This is so fucking interesting. So I know our listeners, our loyal listeners, know that we are authentic and we don't lie. I have this timestamp if anyone doubts me, but everyone always talks about the Monday blues. I've always loved Mondays. Like I had Saturday and Sunday off. A lot of times with my job that I was with for a long time, I only worked a few hours on Friday. So I had half Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Monday, I was ready to be social again. I couldn't wait to get back to work and see my work friends. I mean, the coffee area loved Mondays. Tuesdays, I was like, the fuck are these bitches? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hated Tuesdays. And
Mhm.
so my answer was what was Tuesdays, but I also have a I can't decide which one, and that's Sunday. And here's why. I identify as an atheist, so Sunday in church doesn't bother me. I want people to believe whatever they want. I want them to go to church if they want. I don't want them to shove it down my throat or judge me or anyone else. And
Mhm.
I remember when in my bartending and serving years on Sundays, how rude, untipping, non-tipping, judgmental the church crowd was. And you can always tell which one was the church one, the
Yeah.
church
They're
goers.
always all dressed up.
Flats.
Yeah, and what and you can ask any server this. One of the most frequent questions we get asked on Sunday is, why were you not in church today? What kept you from going to church?
Wow.
Well, my
Okay.
answer is this. I work for a corporation who makes their money regardless if you gave your money to Jesus. You now have to give your money to the restaurant, which means you're not giving me any money, but what you're offering me is a prayer. What you're offering me is, how can I pray for you? And so my answer to these people, when they would say to me, why are we not in church today? I would say, because people like you leave church and you come to a restaurant to judge and ask me why I'm not in church. And let me guess. You're not going to ask me what you can pray for me over your meal. And here's what you can pray. I pray that the tables that I wait on tip me accordingly. That's what I pray for. They
Mm.
never loved that. I got a lot of bad reviews on that.
That
But
just
but
didn't slap.
So it's true. They are bad tippers.
but oh my God. Oh, their God. Not mine. Oh, theirs. Like, yeah, they're horrible. Like they thought their
Wow.
tip was to pray for me, but they would ask, and not just, and they would ask me, "Why are we not in church today?" Because I work for corporate America, and people like you leave church and come to these organizations, and they want to make their money, and you're going to pay the 14.99 for a pot roast, regardless. And then you just gave the church whatever amount of money you gave them, and then you're going to tip me a dollar
10%.
99 on your $140 tab, and then and tell me that my tip was that you prayed for me. If you can tell me one prayer that has ever worked, I will accept that as a tip. But I know a
Mhm.
lot of school shootings that have happened, and people have prayed that it never happens again, and they prayed for the family, and they prayed for the children, and there was another one yet again today. Prayer don't fucking work. I love that you have empowerment and some feel good with that, and I don't want to take that away from you. But it's not a tip. I cannot call my landlord and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
my rent's 1250. I only have 1200, but my table prayed. So that's worth what, $50 to make up the difference. And if
Yeah.
not, I had three tables pray for me. So maybe that will cover the fit that happened.
Mm.
If prayer worked, there wouldn't have been 8 children shot in a college facility today. It doesn't work. I'm tired of your prayers in place of a tip. I'm tired of your prayers to judge me. I've had it. and I'm surviving it ish.
Yeah.
And that's my
So
team.
so we can it's safe to say that David hates
Sundays,
Sunday.
Sundays is gonna be
Sunday.
okay. Yeah, Tuesdays are fine.
So,
Sunday, guys.
and then you know what, Ryan? Cheers.
With you.
This also happens to be a Sunday that we are recording this episode.
I'm not mad at people that pray. I'm not mad at people that find strength in that. I want them to have that. I'm not negating that. I don't want that to be the crutch to not take responsibility, to not
Mhm.
pay your dues,
Sure.
or as a band-aid. Those are
Yeah.
things that makes me mad with prayer. It is not a band-aid, it is not a fix. If it brings you solace, if it gives you empowerment and maybe an answer on how to help the person in need that you're praying for, let's do it. I will honor it. I will do it with you.
Yeah.
But there's a difference in I'm going to pray for this, but I'm not going to do anything to support um and be a part of the change of what I'm praying for.
Hmm.
Well,
And that's what
that's a
bothers.
people thing. That's a personal thing.
Yeah.
Well, they can pray. That's fine. If they want to believe in it, that's fine. But it's a human thing to fall short of anything other than that, or use that as a fill-in for something else. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I've seen it. I think
Oh
everybody's seen it.
yeah. I've
We're
definitely seen
human.
it.
Church is
Hmm.
full of humans. They don't change when they walk through the doors, maybe for an hour or two, but they're humans. They're all, I wouldn't say all the same, but everyone has their thing.
People have asked me, like, they get torn. Should we go to gas stations on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Should we go out to eat? Because not everyone celebrates Christmas.
Hmm.
Like, what should we do? And I've battled with that because I have worked the jobs where I've had to work Christmas Eve or where I've had to work Christmas Day,
Hmm.
where my family has had to completely adjust their gatherings based on the schedule I have with a corporation that has billions of fucking dollars.
Hmm.
And so it's like, okay, well, if these servers are already there, then should I go there and tip them and then wait on us? Or should they work for 213 an hour? And I get torn, right? Because I've been on both sides. A part of me is like, let them work for 213 an hour and let the company hurt with not making any sales because we're not going there because we want them to be with their family too. But then it's like, well, if they're having to take away time with their family,
Yeah.
then they would make more money if I came in and I tipped them. So it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, they're stuck there anyway, so you might as well make it worth their while.
Right. But the
So
reason they're stuck there is because regardless if I came in and tipped them
corporation thinks people are coming.
$1 or $100,
Right.
the company's still making their money. They're not basing do we open up next Christmas because the servers made $200 that day or $5 that day. They're basing it on how much you paid for that, how many steaks they sold.
Yeah.
So I get so torn with that. Like I will not go to gas stations on Thanksgiving, on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I won't do it. I won't go to gas stations. I won't go to grocery stores. I won't do it. But then there's that whole like thing of like, well, how could this hurt the worker? You
Hmm.
know? And
Because if they're working on a holiday, they're probably getting double time,
Yeah,
not
people
or
are
less
working.
than,
always,
Well,
or they're
not
getting
not
time and a
always.
half.
probably not servers. Service industry, maybe not, but
Yeah.
like gas station, grocery store.
Yeah, because like where I used to work in an assisted living. And when the people that worked on the holidays would go in, they would get time and a
Time and a
half.
half. Yeah.
Yeah, which some people were like, give me all of the
Oh yeah.
holidays, but some
Sure.
people just were like, I don't hang out with my family on the holidays, or I
If
don't
if
have
there's
family.
perks to it, because
Yeah.
there's some jobs like an assisted living that
You have to have staff there
someone has to be
24/7.
so time
Yeah.
and a half, whatever. like I love that, you know?
Hmm.
And so if when I was a server bartender, I honestly like to work the holidays because I had more regulars that
Hmm.
would double tip me, that would give me
Yeah,
like a Christmas bonus.
for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but
you be that person. You can be that person to somebody else,
right,
right? So instead of looking at it as, well, I feel bad for them because they have to work the holiday, go in and like be that
Be
person
the
for them.
regular.
Yeah, be that
mhm,
person that's like
Like
tipping
cheers.
them extra because it's the holiday and be like, yeah, it really sucks that you're not at home with your family or
Right.
whatever. And they may not have a family. They may feel like, hey, the people I work with are my family. Those the people I'm hanging out with, the
Yeah.
yeah.
people that I feel
They
closest
volunteer
to.
for those hours.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what I do. You know, like there's a certain gas station that I go to. They're open 24/7, 7 days a week. And I have like little stockings for them that I've put like little like thank you cards and little like scratch offs and things in that I
That's
do
cool.
and that I'm going to take
Yeah.
to them on that day. Um, but I don't remember the exact point of why I brought this up, but I just
You hate Sundays.
Yep.
oh well, yeah, it was because of the Sunday thing.
And I thought Dina went to the gas station, not
Because
you. I haven't met.
That's right.
well, no, I mean I go to gas stations, I just don't pump my gas. I'm not going to touch that
Ugh,
big
I
black
know.
He
coat.
just goes in and gets a lotto ticket and a pack of gum. That's it.
And sometimes a pack of cigarettes and a
I
Red
mean,
Bull, you know?
Oh, I missed that.
And you know what? I'm surviving fully, not ish, but fully surviving is I love a good gas
possibly.
station corn dog
Pizza.
or chili slaw dog.
Chili slaw dog from
Oh.
the gas station. That is rolling the dice, my friend. Chili
But I mean,
slaw dog. What's
they,
on it?
they have a
Chili
whole
slaw?
deli. Like it's,
Oh, okay.
we have rich people gas stations.
Oh, sorry.
Is it a Bucky's?
Is it a Love's?
No.
Is it a Bucky's?
No, it's a Casey's.
What's a
Oh.
chili slaw dog?
It's a hot dog with chili and slaw and mustard and onions.
Coleslaw?
Coleslaw. Uh-huh.
Holy smokes, that's crazy.
You've never put coleslaw on a hot dog?
Nope. Never even. Did you know that was a thing?
What?
I mean,
You
I
didn't know that was a thing.
I figured when he said that,
I
I
know,
just
but
did
before
the
he
math of
said it,
it.
I
Wait,
never
what?
put
Okay.
coleslaw on a hot
To the
dog.
Is it
listener, to the listener, are you all scratch your head? Okay.
Yeah, they are.
is this a
In
Tennessee thing?
Yeah, it's a Tennessee
what?
thing.
I thought it was a whole world thing.
No.
Mustard and onions, dude. That's it.
Okay. Do not do this without me. In a few weeks, we're looking at some calendar scheduling time where I can come to your all's new house and stay with you, do some in-person recordings. We're gonna have chili slaw dogs in person together on camera, probably
Are we
on
gonna make
live.
are we gonna make them?
Honey,
I
well,
mean,
I could,
I could go grab one Tuesday. We're rolling through Tennessee.
but
I'm
you can't
shocked.
grab them to Tuesday and take them
I'll
to
FaceTime. I'll
Florida
FaceTime.
and keep them in the freezer until I get there. That's not how it works.
Just
Like,
saying.
no,
We
but
have to make them.
Maybe they have them down
I
here.
doubt it.
Chili
well, no,
slaw
we
dog.
can make them. We can make them. Okay, I'll get the recipe. I think you just have to have a bun and then a
Hot dog,
hot dog,
Hormel,
and
and
then
some
I think you just get everything from the deli.
I am not eating Hormel.
What is a Hormel?
chili.
It's canned chili from the
Oh
grocery store.
God,
Not eating that.
Well, that's where
they,
that comes from. You think the gas station has like high-end
No, it's
chili?
probably like GFS or something.
what is a GFS?
Gordon Food Service? Or like what's the
Probably
other
the
big
same
one?
stuff.
What's the other one? The big one. Starts with an S. The other food company.
Stouffer's,
No, like the food trucks that bring food.
Swans.
No.
That's a food truck.
Wait, so my chili is not homemade?
No, David.
No,
No,
it's made in a big vat.
it's I'm talking about like the food trucks that go to,
Cisco.
thank you, Cisco. Yes,
Cisco
Cisco,
doesn't make
Cisco.
chili.
Hello, 911. I would like to report a crime.
Oh man.
What have
Man,
I
I've
been
learned two
eating?
things about you that's just crazy today. You're an arsonist, which is very cool, and you eat chili slaw dogs.
Yeah, okay.
That's
And
wild.
we're gonna do an in-person live when all three of us together, and I'm going to
We're
oh,
gonna try. We're gonna
I'm
try.
going to take
I know what
Schmitty's
you're
shirt
gonna
off
say.
and feed him a chili slump.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that. Both parts.
This is
I
gonna be
saw that look in your
amazing.
eye. You
Oh
said
my
snake. I
gosh.
knew it was coming.
Oh my gosh. This is exactly what. Okay,
Now I'm
Jimmy
nervous. Now I'm nervous.
Schmitty is a natural podcast host. He's like a
I
Joe
know.
Rogan,
I don't know.
except we hate Joe Rogan, but
I just told him he just can't interrupt me all the time.
oh
Yeah, he tends to do that.
Yeah, she gave me the shut the F up finger when you were talking earlier. Oh
God.
yeah, she's like, shut the fuck up.
well, in her defense, your shirt was
I
off.
was right. She was right. I did. I did. My bad.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, guys, this was such a fun episode. So many more things in the works. And Ryan, aka Schmitty, depending on if I'm lying or not, will determine on
Never
how
like
we say
me.
his name. But I love this. Thank you. So Ryan, your very first time on a podcast is when you co-hosted with Jenny
Yeah,
on Unholier. But I'm the first podcast you've been like an actual like guest on.
correct. Yep.
How do you feel like, how do you feel about me?
Feel great. I had a good time today. I learned a lot about you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I love, love, love this. I will share all the links and info to Unholier. If you're not following, please do. And we'll see you guys next week.